Hey everybody, it's LTM here. I'm at my house and I'm about to go and watch Dune Part 2. Just a little bit of a rundown on Dune. I haven't seen the 1984 film. I am aware that it's based on a book from the 60s or the 70s that's really well known and popular. Hollywood has been trying to make movie adaptations based on it for a long time. They did that in 1984 and I heard it wasn't really that good, though it has gained the cult following over the years. And I have not seen the miniseries, which I heard was actually pretty good, but then again, it's kind of hard to find the miniseries. The closest thing to Dune I have seen is part 1 of the 2021 film. I remember during the pandemic that this was both released in streaming and on the big screen, and I ended up watching it on streaming, and I had a blast watching that film back in the day. Back in 2021. It was phenomenal. I kind of felt bad that I didn't get to see it on the big screen. I thought it was awesome. So going into part 2, this was supposed to come out last year, but because of the recent Hollywood political stuff that you can just look up for yourselves, because I'm sure everybody's already talked about that, it got delayed to, instead, it went from March 2023 oh, sorry, I messed up. It went from October 2023 to March of 2024. So here we are now, and we're about to go finally go see this film. After so many delays, after so many political stuff going on, I'm about to go watch this movie, and of course I'll give you all my thoughts when I come back. This is LTM, and I'll be right back. Hey everybody, it's LTM here. I just got back home from taking the guys home. Just got back from watching Dune Part 2. I might have said this before in the beginning of this video, but I have not seen the miniseries or the original 84 film, nor have I never read the book of novel of Dune, but I have seen Part 1 recently, and I enjoyed Part 1. So now that Part 2 is finally here after so many delays, what did I think of this one? Now, honestly, I think it's better than the first one. Everything about this movie is the perfect example of how to do a sequel. So I won't spoil what happens in this movie, because this is one of those movies where you're going to have to go see for yourself in order to really understand or experience it. But Dune Part 2 is just one of those movies where you just have to go see it, whether it be on an IMAX screen or a large format cinema, like the one I went to. I recommend going to see this movie, whether you're a fan of the original book or the fan of the first Part 1, or just films in general. You got to see Dune Part 2. What I really liked about this movie was the giant scale of it. Much like the first film, it's really good at putting this big giant world building and this big giant world in front of you, and it feels like you're in it. Like, remember how I said just a second ago where I recommend seeing this on the really big screen? This is one of those movies where it makes you feel like you're in the movie, honestly. Because, like, the world is, the scale, the details, the cinematography, it's huge. The story is a little complex when you break it down, but it's really engaging, and it was one of those movies where I was just sitting there wanting to know more. I was really engaged by the story. It is a little bit hard to follow when you break it down, but it's really, really interesting and really engaging. It kept me going off of my seat half of the time. It felt big. It's just a really good story. The acting is good for the most part. They added some newcomers into the celebrities, and they did a really good job in this. Mostly Christopher Walken and Zendaya do a very good job in this movie. Even though Christopher Walken's not in it very much, just a little bit of a spoil there, he has a really, really good detailed background around him, and it's really, really good. He's probably the best character in the entire movie, personally. Okay, I really liked the cinematography. It's really, like I said, it's really huge. I do like that the direction it was going, because like I said, while the story is complex, it was kind of, it's one of those movies where it's constantly making me guess what was going to happen, and I really, really like that. It has great characters, has great character moments. The special effects are fantastic and very, 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 very well done. I recommend going to see this on the big screen if you haven't seen it already. I think the internet's pretty much already covered this movie long enough, but if you haven't seen this movie already, go check it out. If you love Dune Part 1, or you love the book, or if you love movies in general, go check this out. I recommend going to an IMAX or a large format cinema seeing this, because it is just an experience. Though I will admit, I feel like whenever this movie comes out on streaming or DVD, I feel like when I watch it at home, much like the first Dune or any other movie like it, it's like Avatar or Peter Jackson's King Kong, where I don't get the same excitement watching it home than you do going to a big screen or a movie theater watching it, because it's just such a different experience. So I just want to say, if you haven't seen this movie yet, go check it out. I guarantee you'll have a great time. Dune Part 2 is a 10 out of 10. Alright guys, so that's Dune Part 2. What is your favorite sci-fi film? Please subscribe, comment below, let me know. This is LTM signing. I'll see you guys later.